Today, Google finally announced its upcoming foldable phone, the Pixel Fold. So why should you care? After all, it's not like it's the first foldable phone, and when it does come out, it might not even be the best one. So how does this affect you? Why is this big news? One word: competition. You see, for the last 4.5 years, Samsung has had a monopoly on foldable phones, at least here in the US. They've made 4 generations of their Galaxy Z Fold series. I myself have the third one from 2021, and the last few have been exceptional. Now, I'm a huge believer in this form factor because having a giant screen that you can fold up and put in your pocket really has its uses. Menus you scan at restaurants are way more readable. Multitasking actually makes sense on a screen this big. Videos are way more immersive. The list goes on and on. But these phones aren't perfect. For starters, that crease in the middle of the screen, it's big. You do notice it. The cover screen, when closed, is still too narrow to really comfortably type on. The cameras, though good, are always a generation or two behind that same year's Galaxy S Ultra phone. And then there's the price. These phones are just too darn expensive. In fact, just the base model of the Galaxy Z Fold 4 costs more than the most souped up, decked out iPhone 14 Pro Max. And by the way, if you're already spending nearly $2,000 on a phone, wouldn't you want it to have the best cameras and not just okay ones? Enter Google's announcement today with their Pixel Fold. Now, does it fix every problem I mentioned? No, of course not. In fact, the starting price is the exact same as the Z Fold 4's price. And keep in mind, this is Google's first stab at a foldable phone. Remember Samsung's? Remember those huge bezels on the cover and that giant notch in the inside? And how like half the review units just stopped working? My point being that it might take Google a few tries to really get it right. But this first one does look promising. It does look like it has a much wider display cover, better for typing. Pixel cameras are usually pretty darn good, and the Pixel Folds look to be similar, if not the exact same lenses. And it looks like it has a few tricks that not even Samsung's Fold has yet. But the real big takeaway here is that someone other than Samsung has finally entered the foldable chat. More competition means more variety, more options. And I think we're about to see some truly wild, funky looking designs. To which I say, it's about damn time. Every standard smartphone right now looks the same, does the same stuff, and we've been stuck in this plateau for at least the last 5 years. People used to get excited for the new iPhone, including me. That doesn't really happen now. Each year the camera gets a little better, but that's it. And by the way, you could say the exact same thing about the Galaxy S series. My point is, when every phone is super fast, has a big bezel-less screen, and can take amazing photos and video, there's not a lot of room for improvement, unless you redefine what a phone can do. So to clarify, it's not just the Pixel Fold itself that excites me, but the floodgates it could potentially open. The main way we get that price tag to come down is with more competition and more options. And this niche luxury phone could someday become the mass appealing norm. By the way, when I say foldable, I'm not talking about these little hamburger clamshell things. They upset me to no end because when the phone is closed, you can barely use it. Maybe check your notifications. But when my phone's closed, it's still a whole ass phone. I get that it's fashionable and cute and has a bit of that flip phone nostalgia, but in terms of practicality, we're going backwards. I talked about this 4 years ago in a video, and I'm still mad now. Look, at the end of the day, I just care about doing more stuff on my phone. Going from my old phone to this kind of felt like going from a laptop to a dual monitor setup. And with more competition, that's only going to get better. Thus concludes Tech Talk. I'm not sorry. I'm a little big boy. Alrighty.